I got my backpack on. I got my fucking carry-on over here in this hand. I have a piece of art from the convention, anime art in this hand. I'm literally just like trying to get into seats to let people pass because now I'm in a situation where my seat is 3 rows up and there's like 30 people coming on the plane. So I'm fucking stuck and it's a very small plane.
And you're full weeb right now.
Full weeb, and I got all my shit, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? This is a very strenuous and stressful situation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sunday Sauce. We let the sauce simmer for a little bit extra time this week. It's Monday. Happy Memorial Day. Everybody's out getting drunk right now, hanging out at barbecues. But me and Phil, we are sitting in our cozy offices ready to deliver a high-quality podcast that you can all listen to when you get home and you're drunk tonight. So that's good.
It's actually a good fact.
You know, we're providing the people with what they want. The sauce. I've been getting DMs left and right. Vinny, where's the pod? Why is there no pod this week? I'm like, listen, you got to check the community tab. The community tab is the cupboard. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make some sauce, if you want to have some sauce, you got to make sure that you have the freaking ingredients. You got to make sure you have the spices, the pasta, the sauce, the tomatoes.
Nobody's looking in there, though.
Check the cupboard. Check the community tab. How you doing, Phil? I know you got a lot on your plate right now. You got a lot going on. You're working on a lot of things. And then once you fill me in on how you're doing, I'll tell you about my crazy weekend because I am hurting today. I'm very puffy and sore and sleepy.
You know, I kind of feel like a kid who's in summer school because it doesn't help when I go on Instagram, Snapchat. I don't really use Snapchat, but I see everyone out and about going to barbecues. We live on Long Island. There's a beautiful sound. I see people out in Montauk getting lit.
Spike seltzers, fun. Burgers, dogs, you name
Boats.
Boats.
Birds.
Sunbathing, walking the dogs.
Everyone's showing off. And I mean, I can't really say much, but I'm working on a behemoth, have you? A literal magnum opus. And I'm just, I got blackout curtains in here. It's like 85 degrees outside. I'm a little sad. I want to go out and have fun.
I hear you, man. This is the Fomo cast right here. Fear of missing out for those that don't know. You know, everybody's doing their thing today and we're working. I am not working on a behemoth of a video, but I have an absurd amount of videos to do today. I have to do the podcast. I got to do 2 Soul Links with Dylan. I got to do 2 Nintendo videos with my boy Ryan, a.k.a. King Corefish, which, by the way, launching very, very soon, Phillion. I know you're going to be excited about that.
When?
Soon. I know that's a vague term. But I'm hoping for this weekend, maybe next weekend. The 3 videos, the 3 core are done. I don't want to sit here and talk about Nintendo for a while though, because I've been teasing it too much. I gotta just get it done and get it out there, you know? Like Nike, just do it. But yeah, I went to Boston this weekend for an anime convention, and I mentioned earlier that I feel puffy. I don't know if you feel like this, but when you go on like a mini trip or any sort of vacation and you're doing a lot of walking and you're burning a lot of calories, but at the same time you're going out to eat for every meal and you're just eating a lot, man. You know, like we were averaging 10,000 to 15,000 steps on this trip, but we were also averaging probably about 3,000 freaking calories a meal. I mean, I was in my glory over there in Boston, Phil. I was eating like a freaking behemoth. And now I'm home and I'm paying the price for it, dude. I'm achy. My back hurts. My cheeks. I feel like a chipmunk today. Maybe I don't look puffy, but I feel it.
How was the food? Was it good?
It was very good. Boston's a beautiful city, especially where we were by the anime convention. Just really like pretty apartment buildings and really nice skyscrapers and friendly people, you know?
So what do you do at an anime convention?
Oh, dude, it's awesome. So first of all, you can cosplay if you want. Which we didn't cosplay for this con, but there's a convention coming up in Canada in July that we will be doing a cosplay for. Me and Kylie are probably going to do Serena and Ash, which are 2 Pokemon characters, obviously. And what you can do is you just meet people, you take photos, you see different cosplays. That's what the costumes are called, cosplays. And there's a main floor called the dealer's room where people put up different stands and sell shirts. Like I'm wearing this shirt right here. I got this at the convention. This goes hard as fuck. Demon Slayer. It's my boy Tanjiro over here. You can get art on the art floor that's like pins and, you know, different posters and stuff like that, little figurines. You can also go to different shows and contests and different panels. And honestly, it's just a really fun thing to go to if you're a fan of anime. And they have cons for everything. Literally, there's TwitchCon, which obviously is for streamers. There's different anime cons. There's PAX, which is for like gamers and stuff like that. So if you ever want to meet new friends and new people and just explore, check out a convention that's up your alley, that's for your niche, and give it a go. We're doing AWA in Atlanta in October, Phil, and the question is, will you be there? I'm asking like 6 months in advance out here, my guy.
What month is this?
This would be Halloween weekend.
If you're asking this far out, I mean,
you gotta say yes, right? It's not like you can be like, oh, I got a thing, which I understand it's Halloween weekend. You might have a thing. You know, a lot of people like to do holiday parties, you know, Halloween parties and whatnot.
Right.
But it'd be the perfect excuse for you to throw on a costume. I mean, you're a tall guy with long hair. There's a lot of cosplays you could do.
Listen, if I make it that far, then we'll reassess.
Make it that far in life? Like, what, are you gonna die from this new video?
It might be the end of me, but I'm not even working on it yet because I got some other deadlines too. But
indeed, story of our lives as YouTubers, man. We got deadlines, we got homework assignments, Phil. We got to meet these deadlines.
Well, I was chilling at my grandma's pool yesterday because I needed a break, and I was like, I'm just gonna start treating work as like school, right? Just I have homework to do, and as if like the teacher is like my audience, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It makes things a lot more, I don't know, it translates the pressure into something more relatable because there is no way to describe like
what we do.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good thing to have like cutoff points with work because obviously all the work that we do is involved with online content creation, social media, etc. If you can give yourself a hard out, like say, yo, at 9 p.m. each day, I'm done. Like I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not tweeting. I'm not on Instagram. I'm just focused with my family and my friends and my dogs and I'm chilling. You will lead a healthier and more fulfilling life. I'll tell you that.
Do you think it would be more productive?
Yes, I think so because you get the time off and then it makes you want to work harder the next day. You know what I'm saying? And I got to take my own advice because I've been doing the streak for well over 1,000 days, well over 3 years. And I think it's time to just put it down and, you know, have some time off. But every time I say that and then I go to do it, I'm just like, well, I could stream today. You know, it's just like a part of my blood at this point. It's
just who you are.
It's who I am. I'm not making the content, Phil. I am the content.
There you go.
I had a really awkward really awkward situation happen to me on the flight back from Boston. Also, I just want to give a hack to anybody out there that travels. Even if you don't travel often, this could help you. So, and maybe a lot of people know this, but I think we briefly talked about it on the podcast in a previous episode, but I finally utilized this skill, this strategy.
We have to make a segment here. What's the name of your travel podcast again?
I forgot what we said. Vinny Planes?
Let's just call it Vinny Planes.
Vinny Planes. All right. So what's going on? Welcome back to the Vinny Planes podcast. Today I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to make your traveling experience just a little bit easier. So I get to the airport and me and Kylie were at two opposite terminals, which sucked. So we had to say goodbye and then both go through our respected security lines. Yeah, it was fucking rough, man. Well, because she was going back to Canada and I was coming back to New York. And one is an international terminal, one's domestic or whatever.
I thought you were both going together.
No, yeah. So that sucked, which I hate saying goodbye. I hate goodbyes from Dumb and Dumber. I can't stand it, especially at airports. Saying goodbye at the airport is it's sad, however you slice it. But anyway, so I go to the security line and I get through. And what you should do if you're at the airport pretty early, let's say, so for example, I got through security, I think it was like 6. And my flight was at 8:59 to come back to New York. Now, what you should do is check on the board if there's any flights for your airline that haven't taken off yet. And then you go to that gate and you talk to the person working behind the desk and you say, hey, I'm on this flight at 8:59. Is there any way that I can get on this 7 p.m.? And what they'll do is they'll put you on the standby list. Okay? So then you get a ticket that says seat requested, and they're like, listen, we can't guarantee anything, but right now you are the first person that did ask to get on standby. Just sit down, I'll call you up if anything changes. So I'm like, okay, this is the first time I'm doing this. Friends of Kylie told us to try this. So I'm sitting down now, and I'm waiting for maybe like 15 minutes, and I'm like, this is cool, because if they call me, I get to leave early. If they don't call me, I'm still early for the flight that's at 8:59. I can just chill at this gate for now. 20 minutes later, they called me up, they got me a seat, and I was able to leave almost 2 hours. No. Yeah, almost 2 hours earlier. My math is terrible.
Sick.
But yeah, it's dope, because if you're ever at the airport, you're just sitting there with your dick in your hand and you want to fucking leave, check the standby, because you could get lucky and get the hell out of there. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, Phil.
Oh, here we go.
See, here on the Vinny Planes podcast, sometimes things go wrong on the plane.
Yeah, we get some turbulence.
All right, so this is some life turbulence right here. I get on the fucking plane, and for whatever reason, there was no overhead storage for my carry-on where I was sitting. So immediately I panic, and I'm like, okay, I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put this. Let me try to go back and see if there's any overhead storage bins that are available in the next upcoming seats. There wasn't. Spoiler alert. So now I'm in this situation where I'm holding... I got my backpack on. I got my fucking carry-on over here in this hand. I have a piece of art from the convention, anime art, in this hand. And I'm literally just like trying to get into seats to let people pass, because now I'm in a situation where my seat is 3 rows up and there's like 30 people coming on the plane. So I'm fucking stuck. And it's a very small plane.
And you're full weeb right now.
Full weeb, and I got all my shit, and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? This is a very strenuous and stressful situation. So eventually I'm like, okay, well, I got to make a move here, because I'm not going to be able to walk past people with just my body, let alone holding all this shit. So I find an overhead bin, and I put the stuff in the bin. Now what I'm doing is fucking musical chairs. I'm standing in this seat, letting people pass by, and then when people would be like, yo, that's my seat, I'd have to go, oh, fuck, sorry, man. Get up, let them sit down. Now I'm hiding in the seat to the right, trying to get back to my seat, which was 10A. That's where I was sitting. Now we're just in a clusterfuck, and one guy, you could tell this man was a leader. I respected this man. He was like, guys, could you hold up the line for a second? This dude has to get to his seat. And I turned to him. I said, thanks, man. You should be a flight attendant. I appreciate that. I walk to the front. I sit down in my seat. Now I just feel awkward, because I just, started a fucking commotion over there. And I'm sitting. And I'm like, man, that was very uncomfortable. And I've been flying, dude, this whole year. I fly a lot. I'm a frequent flyer, okay? Trying to get that diamond medallion for Delta. But that's always my biggest fear, that I'm going to end up stuck on this fucking plane with my luggage, and I won't be able to put it in an overhead bin. That's why I love to get on the planes as soon as possible, because then you could just put your shit up there and you have nothing to worry about.
It's Vinny Planes, everybody.
Vinny Planes. Subscribe, merch coming soon. It's going to be me and my face on the front of a plane like that, just flying through the air. So, yeah, it was awkward. Have you ever been in like an awkward travel situation, or maybe even open the floor to just awkward situation in general, where you just felt like you wanted to just die right there on the spot, just melt away from sheer embarrassment?
I'm trying to think. This one time traveling, I think I talked about this on the pod, though. There was this really drunk guy on the plane, and he just started screaming, and he had to get removed, and everyone started clapping and shit. Mm-hmm. I was a little uncomfortable, but
you can't think of a time where like you did something or said something in public, and you just like wanted to shrink to Ant-Man size and run away?
No, I think I'm pretty careful with what I say.
That's pretty legit. Yeah, no, because in this instance, it wasn't even a matter of saying something awkward. It was just I was put in this position where I didn't think on my feet fast enough, and I was stuck in this row of seats, and I had to keep bouncing from one seat to the next. And luckily, it was good. What I ended up doing, by the way, if you want to know how I ended up getting my bag, because obviously it was many rows behind me, I just waited till pretty much the whole plane got off, and then I ran back there, grabbed it, and then got off the plane. So that was something. My Uber driver was really cool on the way home. He had like a bunch of chargers that had like red LEDs that were spiraling all the way to the front console. I was like, yo, this is some futuristic shit.
I love when Uber drivers just like have the nice setup for the passenger, you know?
Here's another question.
Sometimes you get in those Ubers.
Can you eat the candy that they have in there, or like the snacks and the water bottles?
I'm not touching that.
Because here's the thing. I never touch the candy, but sometimes I get in an Uber and I'm like, shit.
Oh, the water.
the water. I'm like, I'm kind of thirsty, and you know what? My sweet tooth is acting up a little bit. I would like some chocolates.
If you were an Uber driver, would you have chocolates in your car?
Chocolate wouldn't be my go-to because chocolate could melt, but I usually keep my car pretty cool. I would definitely have water bottles for people, and I wouldn't charge, complimentary on the house.
Yeah.
And then, if you take a water, I would just hope that you give me a nice rating. That's it. That's all I need. I'm a simple guy. I'm a very simple and clean guy, and I'm especially clean down there by my dick and balls, Phil, and you can also be clean down there with the help of today's sponsor. This podcast episode is brought to you by Manscaped.
Shh, attention listeners, are you ready to be blown away?
That was nice.
You asked for it and they listened. Our friends over at Manscaped just relaunched the Ultra Smooth package. It's back, baby. Your new favorite tool and complement to the Lawnmower 4.0 to keep your boys smooth while looking and feeling their best. This specialized groin shaving kit is here to help you buff, protect, and shave your most sensitive areas. It's time to crop that bush of yours and get right to the roots with a discount just for you from manscaped.com. Get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with the code SAUCE.
Now, the legends who introduced the electric ball hair trimmer are bringing back their razor so you can be set and trimmed from front to back. My dudes, you no longer have to borrow your lady's razor for that precise trim.
Step 1, grab your handy Lawnmower 4.0 and give your boys the classic trim to your liking to get the loose hairs out of the way, and then take out the Manscaped Ultra Smooth package to make your package the perfect package this summer.
Woo! Now, step 2, use the crop exfoliator, infused with ingredients that can soothe, clear, and keep the skin on and around your groin feeling refreshed. The crop exfoliator can help reduce the risk of ingrown hairs in your delicate places.
Step 3, crop gel. See where you are shaving with our unique clear shaving gel just for the groin. With 4 essential oils, it's like a spa treatment every time you shave.
Step 4, it's time to shave. The crop shaver was designed for shaving the groin area with confidence. 3 precision blades include extra wide lubricating strips and a pivoting head for the ultimate groin grooming experience.
The crop shaver is not your average razor. It's smaller, thicker, with a micro comb bar that allows for the best shave possible from any angle. Beach balls are meant to be smooth, and now yours can be too.
And all 3 of these are vegan, cruelty-free, and sulfate-free products included, so you know that your manhood is in good hands and without compromise.
It's time to get up close and personal with the best tools for the job, the Ultra Smooth package from Manscaped.
Now get 20% off plus free shipping with the code SAUCE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code SAUCE at manscaped.com. Smooth out your fellas with the relaunched Ultra Smooth package from the fellas at Manscaped. Your balls will thank you, and thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this podcast. You're looking lean, my guy.
I know, I'm like 210, which is like 5 pounds under what I usually float at.
How does that feel being 5 pounds under what you're usually at?
I feel weak, to be honest.
Like a little scrawny?
Yeah, it just doesn't help that like I haven't lifted in a long ass time. But like I went to go sign up to a gym and I walked in and there's literally like 30 kids staring at me like a fucking zoo animal. And I was just like, either they know who I am or like, it was just awkward. Like they were all like the age range too, where I was like, I can't be here.
Interesting.
So I literally was like, I'm going to build a home gym.
Are you really? Is that the new plan?
Yeah, in my garage.
Home gym goes hard. I still need to bring over the weights from my parents' house, which, by the way, my parents are doing like a car wash today. Everyone's cars are getting washed. My mom was like, hey, do you want us to wash your car? I was like, how much, LOL? And she hasn't responded yet. I got to compensate my mom. She's going to come over here and clean the whip, you know? Because I just, like we said earlier, I just can't leave the house today. I got so much shit I got to do. And then maybe tonight I could sit on the stoop. That's the energy that I love about being an adult. You could just sit on a stoop and chill. You can't do that when you're a kid.
I sit on the back deck and I just chill.
The back deck, baby. That's what's up. But yeah, I saw on TikTok today, right before we started recording, there was this really jacked guy walking on an incline, and apparently great way to burn fat after your workout 3 to 4 times a week. You just walk for 30 minutes on an incline. And walking in Boston this weekend really made me just kind of fall in love with walking. It's very simple. It's just, it makes you just feel nice.
I know.
But are you really going to get like sliced and diced just from an incline walk? I guess so, right? Calorie burning is calorie burning.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
Do you prefer more intensive cardio or a more chill, laid back, tell me how your weekend was going cardio?
Well, when I'm doing like running training, I like the intermediate runs. I don't like the super long runs, and I don't like the short, fast runs. I like the steady state at like 70, 75% intensity, if that makes sense.
I get you. I saw my my Apple Watch. Actually, still right now, there's this run going on the Nike Run Club app that's just called the 555 seconds run. You literally just run for 555 seconds, 555.
How many minutes is that?
So the overview, if you guys want to know. By the way, I've never taken advantage of the Nike Run Club running workouts that they have. Like, there's a bunch. You can click a bunch of different ones, and then they give you the overview, and then you can like download them to your device. So it says, this run isn't measured in minutes, and it's not measured in distance. This run is measured in seconds. Why? Why not? Join Nike Running Global Head Coach Chris Bennett for the 555 seconds run. Measuring
Dude, I think
success,
I know Chris Bennett.
Chris Bennett. I feel like he talks to you at the end of a lot of runs, right?
He does, yeah.
Is Coach Chris. You crushed it today. Measuring success as many ways as you can is one of the ways to make sure you're not only experience more success, but also don't overlook success. So let's go celebrate 555 seconds of running. And it says a guided 555 second run. That's 9 minutes and 15 seconds of running. So it's interesting. I guess the Nike approach in a lot of ways, at least on the Run Club app, is the fact, and they say this to you a lot when you're done running, even if you get out there and run for like 5 minutes, they want you to do that, and that's really good because it's 5 more minutes than you would have ran if you didn't run.
Yeah, I think Coach Bennett, because I started the Nike Run Club guided runs when I first started getting back into the half marathon training the second time around, so a couple months ago in the winter. And literally you do like the beginner run, and it's kind of cool because it's kind of like meditative where he's just talking to you as if you're just like chilling with him, and he's like, I want you to run slow. And you're like running slow, and he's like, no, I want you to run like really slow. Like, I want you to run so slow that you think that you're not even like running.
Really?
And the whole idea is like, you literally are just running for the time of the guided run, and then it's getting used to just running. And that's what a lot of people who are, you know, scared to run or say they can't run, like, that's, everyone can run. It's just people don't realize when you first start getting back into it, like how slow you have to be. And that's just, it helped for like the first week or two.
That's true. Do they have like full blown guided programs? Like I'm down to start trying to do.
Dude, they're all free.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I'm down to start trying to do a couple of these guided ones, but like, is there a thing I can download where like 5 days out of the week they'll have an actual running program for me that allows me to build towards half marathon, full marathon?
I think so, yeah.
I got to look into that. That's really cool. I did the same shit every day, like literally just fucking feet to pavement, 3 to 4 miles, 6 days a week at one point is what I was doing. And I was just trying to get better time. But like, I do think it is good to switch it up and try different programs and try different things, you know?
I know. I mean, it worked for you, and you got a really fast mile time out of it, right? You were sub 6.
I think I cut into the sub 6. Yeah. I was like 550 something was my best mile ever. I want to get back into it, man, because I noticed like just from walking around, I swear to God, it's not a placebo thing. Like, I feel out of breath, and I'm just like moving slowly.
I know. Sometimes I'll go upstairs and like my calves get cramped. I'm like, what? Like, you're fucking 24 years old. Like,
my problem right now is the back left Achilles heel. I feel like there's a little bump in there. And when I walk for like long periods of time, like this weekend, it was just aching, dude. And obviously,
you should get that checked out. Could be calcium deposit.
Ugh, how do they get rid of that?
Actually, I could be really stupid because I'm pretty sure calcium deposits go on bone, not tendons, but...
Well, whatever this is, it's inflamed, and I need to put it in a hot tub. Yo, once I finish my 900 videos today, I can celebrate Memorial Day by laying in the hot tub at my parents' place. That's a vibe.
That's nice.
That is definitely a vibe. But yeah, I got a lot of prep because Kylie's birthday is on Thursday. I got to wrap all the presents. I got to get all the dinner arrangements in order. And the last step, I just got to get a nice card, and then I'm good. For once in my life, Phil, I didn't wait till the last minute when it comes to getting presents for somebody. And I got to tell you, I understand now why my parents do all their Christmas shopping on Amazon, because getting shit online is fucking amazing.
I know. I feel that because I always feel like a dick when I do get things last minute. But it's like, it's not that, it's not like I value the relationship with the person less. It's just that, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just making excuses, but I'm so fucking busy.
No, I know. No, I feel the same way. Like there'll be times where my go-to method for years, and I will not do this ever again because this prep for her birthday was just such a nice, easy process with like ordering things in advance and situating things in advance. I would go to the mall like 2 days before Christmas Eve every fucking year. And that's when I would get everybody their gifts. And it sucks, dude. There's fucking people everywhere. Everybody's grumpy. No one's in a good fucking mood. Yeah, you hear the cheery Christmas music, but people are out for blood in the fucking mall, dude. You look at someone the wrong way. Fist fight on site in the middle of fucking Nordstrom. Don't get me started, Phil.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, buddy.
There it is.
It's so annoying with like those small little euphemisms, those sayings. Like, there's so much truth in some of them, and I'm just like, fuck you.
There's so much truth, but they're also just like so cliche.
I know.
People like overuse expressions like that.
Did
I tell you about the debacle with one of her presents? I can't remember if I brought this up on a member episode or not.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll just tell the story anyway, because if you're not a member, then you definitely didn't hear this. So I'm going to be vague because Kylie might watch this, and I haven't given her the presents yet because it's not her birthday yet. I ordered this item, okay? I wanted to order this item for a bit. I woke up one morning. You ever just wake up and you're like, I want to buy shit right now? Like you haven't even woken up yet. You still have the crust in your eyes?
I mean, it's bad, but what is that called? It's like when you're depressed and you spend money and it makes you feel better.
Like a retail therapy situation?
Yes.
Okay, this wasn't that. I woke up in a great mood, but I was just like, okay, I'm up. I'm going to order this thing now. So I grab my phone and I go to the website and I place the order. And you know when you get to that, we all get there. Do you want to check out as a guest or do you want to sit there for extra minutes and make an account? I personally never want to make an account. I can't stand doing that. I don't know.
The less accounts, the better.
Yeah, I always go.
I'm a ghost on the internet.
Yeah, I always go check out as guest. So I guess when I was putting in my email, I put in the wrong email because after I purchased the item, I did not get a confirmation email or anything. So I'm like, what the fuck? It went through on my card. It said pending and I saw the charge. So I'm like, okay, it went through. So I contact the online support team and I talk to them and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to see if you guys could pull up this order. I want to make sure that it went through. Because I don't want to, wait and then God forbid it just doesn't show up. So long story short, they're like, oh, sir, based on the information you've provided, we cannot find the order. But don't worry, the order didn't go through and the charge should go away on your card in about 24 to 48 hours.
Oh, God, here we go.
So me being me, I'm like, I don't trust it. Let me call. I fucking hate talking to customer service, but I'm like, I feel like this online back and forth shit, did I even just talk to an actual person named Stephanie, or is this all just a ruse and it's an automated bot? Is the AI named Stephanie? So I call up. First of all, their music was fucking crazy, like
in a club.
Yeah, it was like I was in the club and I'm just sitting there exhausted, just trying to get this all situated. Again, long story short, they tell me, sir, no need to worry, that didn't go through. You're safe to place another order and you'll be fine. I go, okay, no problem. So I place another fucking order. This time I put the email in right. A day goes by, 2 of the same items show up.
Oh.
I go, motherfucker. I not only talked to customer support, but I also called. So now I'm like, okay.
Did they charge you twice?
Both charges were there still. So now I got to call up again. Third time that I call, I'm like, hi, how you doing? I asked customer service online if the order did go through. They said no. And then I was good to order another one. I called to make sure.
Can you type to me the item?
Yeah. Oh, give me 1 sec.
And then the audience can base their reaction off my...
this is why you'll understand why I was bugging out.
Oh, fuck.
So, okay, yeah. So 2 of these show up.
This is not like a... Okay.
It was a big present. It was a big present. So 2 big presents show up, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? Because listen, if 2 show up and only 1 charge goes through, I feel like a lucky guy. I'm like, all right, no big deal. But the charges were still there. So I'm like, I don't need 2 of these. So I call back up, and now this guy apparently is like the greatest customer service rep of all time. He's like, sir, I'm sorry. Both did go through. You provided the wrong email. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through the return process. And I'm like, okay, now I have 2 options. Do I be the guy that flips out and goes, no, I got to take time out of my day to bring this. I'm not bringing it. I'm keeping both of them.
No. You can't do that with. Otherwise, he's going to lock you out. He's going to be like, turns out your return policy has just expired.
Yeah. So I'm not going to lie. Like, I was irritated, and I feel like justifiably so, because I spoke to 2 people at the company that told me it didn't fucking go through, because obviously I wouldn't have ordered it twice. You know what I mean? So again, long story short, because I could have went very long with this story, but I want to keep it brief. I ended up having to like open the box, take out the return label, bring it to FedEx, and they refunded me within like 4 days. So credit to them. It came back very quickly, but now I got the one item, and yeah, Thursday, I'm very excited. I'm pumped to give Kylie like a fucking awesome hype birthday. Going to a nice dinner. And yeah, the card is the last thing. I'm so weird with cards, dude. Like,
are you gonna write? You gotta write on the card.
Oh yeah, of course you gotta write on the card. That's the easy part for me. The hard part for me, I get so OCD about the actual card. I like stand in the fucking card aisle like this for fucking 25 minutes. Just
no, word of advice: the actual card doesn't matter. It's what you put in the card.
Exactly. It's the substance, right?
That has to be the funniest fucking item to receive 2 of.
Bro, it was crazy. And I fucking knew. I said to Kylie too, I was like, don't open the door if anyone rings it today, because I have to like sign off for stuff that are coming for your birthday. So right when I opened the door and I saw the FedEx guy and he had 2 of the same box, I'm like, fuck, man. And I knew instantly. So yep, that was the debacle with one of the presents.
That's pretty fucking funny.
My life is here to put on display for all of you to find some joy and cheer. You know?
Yeah.
Sharing the messages, Phil. Have you seen my Instagram Reels grind lately?
I have. I can't say I watch all of them because there's a lot, but I know what you're doing.
There's a lot.
Aren't you trying to hit the threshold?
Yeah. So again, a lot of the times on the podcast, I'll say I'm not sure if we talked about this in a member episode or a public episode. I got invited into a Reels bonus, which essentially the way this works, there's a little floating piece of lint over here.
There's a Floy.
Yeah, there's a Floy in the room. The way this bonus works is that you have a certain amount of days, I believe it's a month, to hit a certain threshold. And if you hit that threshold, you can receive the maximum bonus. And I didn't really go too hard with it for like the first, I'd say, week or first 10 days. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, let me see if I can really hit this. And then I did a reel of one of the Pokemon filters where like it picks your team, and it went crazy viral. It has like 1.8 million views right now.
What the fuck?
And then I kept posting, and I was like, yo, these reels are doing really well. Like, let me see how many can pop off. And then I noticed not only was I getting a lot of views and like interaction on the reels, but my accounts reached on my Instagram. Like, my analytics are just all green and through the roof right now. And I've grown a lot of followers. And I don't know about you, but like, I never have had organic growth on Instagram. It's always just been through like people tagging you and then us talking about it on our YouTube or Twitter or whatever. So the fact that I'm like growing new people from making these reels, like it's a win-win in every category. And I'm having a lot of fun with it too. Like, it's been fun. I literally today took the most popular reel that I have, and it's called a remix, which is basically like a duet on TikTok where it puts the 2 videos next to each other. So I had the idea to take the original team that I had on that 1.8 million viewed video and then make a new team and then ask the comments who would win. And it's cool because now you see 2 teams at the same time, and then people can obviously interact and say which team do they think is going to win. And that one is doing really well so far as well. And honestly, I'm just having fun with it because there's so many filters on reels that you could play around with and effects that it's just, and they don't take a lot of time to make, which is cool. So I'm just like hammering them out. I'm going for 2 a day, might start doing 3 a day. I have like 10 days left to hit the bonus.
You're a fucking nut, bro.
I'm doing my best, man. I'm out here.
So are you going to hit the bonus?
It's going to be tough. It's definitely, it's a large number of views. I'm really hoping that I can get like 3 or 4 more to just like really pop. If I could get one to get like 5 to 10 million views, that would be fucking clutch. That'd be crazy.
Impressions have become so weird to me.
vertical video kind of just flipped impressions on its head.
I feel like it's juiced. Like, I don't feel like it's legit.
I just think way more people are watching short stuff, and we don't even realize it, because I'm not sure how long it takes for a view to count on a YouTube video.
You want to know something interesting? You know what people were doing on Instagram?
No. Well, that's a very vague way to bring it up. I might know.
In relation to what we're talking about. So basically, they would post a frame of a video, but treat it as a picture. So the impression ticker would tick up so fast while people were just like looking, like scrolling. And it would look like a picture, but it was actually just one frame of a video. And it would get like 9 million views.
That's crazy.
And it's
always interesting when somebody can find a way to like cheat the algorithm, you know? I'm just curious with this real stuff, with the bonus in particular. Is this just a 1 month thing? Do you have to hit the maximum bonus in order to get like renewed? Do you always get renewed? Like, will this just be another form of monetization for me moving forward? Like, I don't have any of these answers. I guess I'll find out at the end of the month. I have till June 10th, I'm pretty sure, to hit the ceiling. But I mean, if I can continue to monetize my Instagram and also grow followers and put out little bite-sized pieces of entertainment that people are enjoying, I mean, Instagram just went up a ton of pegs as far as like where I'm gonna devote my time to create stuff on. That's fucking awesome.
Could you imagine being a Snapchat influencer?
I'm telling you right now, if let's say, not if, I'll say when. I like to manifest. When my Instagram gets, 5 million followers and, every reel gets 3 million views plus, I'll do Instagram full time. I love vertical video.
I hate it, dude.
I don't know what it is. I feel like even since the Vine days, I've always wanted to blow up with that just like quick short form, like you pick up your phone, you film something type of stuff. And what a lot of people say on YouTube, because I've been researching like how to get more views on reels, how to maximize the potential for them and make them better and whatever. And in a lot of cases, I don't know if this is accurate, but I'll keep testing. A lot of people actually say for the vertical stuff, you do want to go quantity over quality.
What?
Because what was the terminology they used?
That just sounds so counterintuitive to everything I stand for. So it's just like, I could never do that.
You shouldn't put out something like you're not. This is what I would say. You shouldn't put out anything that like you're not proud of. But you like don't upload just nonsense. Have it all have a purpose. But at the end of the day, this one creator that I was watching was saying is like, reels are essentially just like a lottery system in a lot of ways. And if you want to give yourself a better chance to win the lottery, you would get more tickets. Therefore, if you put out 50 videos in a week versus 25 really, really good ones, you probably will have a better chance of one of those 50 or more of those. You have more chance to have things blow up, essentially. And in a lot of ways, you can pick up your phone and make a reel in like 5 minutes, and that could potentially get you, let's say, 1 million views, as opposed to you not doing it or being such a perfectionist to the point where it's just like, because look at it this way. I uploaded that short form content of me and Kylie playing Legends Arceus with the Giratina, and it had the rumbling, the AOT song.
Yeah.
I put that on Reels, TikTok, Shorts, everywhere. On Reels, it got, I think, like 460,000 views, which is a shitload of views. That video took me, no exaggeration, it took me hours to edit, like to get everything perfectly. I did the Pokemon filter one, and it got 1.8 million in about a week. And that literally took the length of time that the Pokemon pop up, like a minute. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, granted, it's different content, but I think there's room for everything. I think there's room for like the short stuff that just take 2 seconds to make, and I also think there's room for the more highly edited stuff as well, which is cool. It's exciting.
I mean, I feel you. I'm just trying to do the similar thing on YouTube, but like you said, the effort doesn't always translate to like the end result. But as long as like your consistent effort is there in whatever you're making, I feel like after a certain time, it's bound to pop.
Yeah, and you got to post stuff that you like and that you're proud of. You know what I mean? Because there's so many of my drafts that I'm looking at that took me like 30 seconds to make, and I'm like, yeah, I could post this to like get another lottery ticket, but at the end of the day, like I don't want that on my feed. Like Like if you click my
about
reels
the
and you
feed,
scroll through
baby.
right now, I love them all. They're all like these cute little silly fucking effects and filters and whatever. And I'm just trying to come up with new ways to build upon that and like do things a little bit differently. Like seeing what works, but also putting my spin on it. That's pretty much my mantra with like everything I do with content.
Do you hate your old stuff? Or like, do you have a bad relationship with it?
No.
Because literally, videos I've made like 2 months ago, I'm like, ew.
I'll say this, and I've talked about this with the people that live in Georgia, all my friends down there. I feel like since I started, I started at 18 in high school, so like the content that I made back then, it's not like I was 7, you know, like Ryan has some videos on YouTube that literally are him when he's like 10 years old and he's like, hi everybody, welcome back. And it's just like filming his DS. Like my quality, I would argue, has like always been there, you know, at least in like the PokeTuber space on my YouTube channel.
Right.
I just, it takes a while to find your voice and to fit a vibe when you're creating. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go back and watch some of those earlier Let's Plays, I definitely cringe at like the delivery and my like swag. I didn't have any yet. You know what I'm saying?
The cadence and like the even the voice tonality.
A lot of my content was talking like this for some reason. Okay, let's go over here and grab this Pokeball. Oh my God, it's a potion. Really nice, really cool. We love to see that. It's like, why was I doing such a exaggerated narration voice where now most of my content, like if you watch my video and you hear me talk and then you see me in real life, it's the same thing. Obviously it's more energetic for a video, and it also depends what I'm recording. Like I'm not going to go berserk on the podcast where in a Let's Play video I definitely might ham it up. But if you meet me and have a conversation with me, it's the same thing now, which maybe that took time for me to just like get comfortable in my own in my own skin when making content. But that's why I do tell people all the time, just start, even though I still haven't started Nintendo. I know I need to take my own advice, but if you just start, you just get better over time. And I guarantee I'll look at my reels in a year's time and be like, damn, my reels have gotten way better. My timing has gotten way better.
I just have that to the extreme, dude. Like I said, 2 months. Like that's a little absurd.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
I'll be like, what was I on? Like, why did I make that joke, or why did I make that video? I don't know.
I think that's a good thing, but also it can be a detriment. Like, you know, you are where you are right now because of that content. You know what I'm saying? And maybe in your brain, you're like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to be here. I want to be 10 times this. But part of the journey is learning and growing from the stuff that you're making, even at this very moment. Like, you might not be 100% proud of the next video that you make, but if you gave it a full effort and you really feel like it's good enough to put out, then when you look back on it, you know, I don't think there should be like a feeling of like regret or like, I wish I would have did this differently, because that video is what it is based on when you're working on it. You know what I mean? Which is cool.
That's a very true point too.
Yeah. It's also just like, and I even did this with the reels when I was first starting in this bonus program and like trying things out. Like I would go to film one and I'd be like, I'll do this later. And then I would go to pick up my phone and I would like do one and maybe I didn't love it and I'd put my phone down and do it later. Now I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm posting 2 to 3 a day and I'm going to figure it out. I have 24 hours to figure it out. And the drafts are your friend, ladies and gentlemen. Stockpile that shit.
I watched this really funny video from my friend Meat Canyon. You know Meat Canyon, right? Mm-hmm. He has this video called Steven Universe's Belly. And you know Steven Universe, like the cartoon show?
Yes.
I didn't, but I clicked on it anyway.
I've heard of it. I can't like picture it in my head right now, but I've definitely heard of it.
Starts out as like, he posted it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it starts out like a typical Meat Canyon animation video. And then it cuts to an animated version of Meat Canyon drawing the cartoon having writer's block. He's like, like, I don't know. I can't think of anything. And then in comes this mechanical snake with like YouTube's head on it. And that's like the algorithm. And it's like, feed me. Like, I need videos. And he's like, no. Like, I can't. So then like he makes a deal with the YouTube algorithm as like this mechanical fucking beast. And it was basically like one big promotion for his second channel where he's allowed to be a lot more, I don't know, free flowing. He's not restricted to posting a certain type of content like the highly edited, thought out story animations that he does. And it was interesting because at the last line, he's like, I'm so happy that I have to do this to survive, being like ironic about it.
Yeah.
and he laughs. And it was just like a perfect combination of humor yet like dark reality of like, there's some things in the space you just have to like, I guess, abide by. I don't know.
Yeah, like you have to stay within the box that is what is working. I do think, at least now, though, there's so many different avenues to get traction that there are ways to make things that you like making and also have it work. And,
yeah, I mean,
and
for
there's
him,
also
it was
things, though, that, you know, you fit that cookie cutter thing that's just like blowing up right now and you fucking ride that shit till it doesn't work anymore. That's also a method that works.
I know, but I was just saying for him, that thing that works and like has that creative release and he doesn't have pressure is his second channel.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, I cringe at this shit because I've never done it. What do you think of people? Have you ever seen like, I mean, it's not, because you probably know people that do it. It's not that bad, but it's just, I don't know. I don't fly like that. I see a lot of people post pictures of their editing timelines where it's just like all the different cuts and shit. And you just see like a giant, like, I'm like, just post the work. You don't have to like flex on how many fucking layers of edits you have. Have you ever seen that?
I do look at that from a completely different perspective. Like, I like seeing the timeline just to see like visibly, because here's the thing, when you watch the video and you see everything put together, you don't really get the understanding unless you're in the space of like how much went into it. But if you do post a timeline of, if you do post a photo of the timeline, you literally see like the blocks of the cuts and the transitions and the volume rising and lowering. It's like the blueprints and like the skeleton of the video, which I think is cool.
I feel like people use that to flex though.
I think though, like that goes into a bigger conversation of just like anyone posting something to flex, like flex on others is just whack. You know, like,
yeah.
But I don't think in a lot of ways people do that to flex unless they're just like, you know, it depends what they say, I guess, with the timeline photo. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're just like talking down to people, it's like, nah, fuck that. But if you're just like, yo, I put my fucking blood, sweat, and tears into this, drop soon. I love that shit. I'm cool with that.
I don't know. For some reason, I guess because like
it just irks you.
Yeah, like I do all that shit, but I don't like ask for validation of. I don't know. Just let the work speak for itself. I think
honestly, I'm trying to think of like something that creators do that bothers me, but like I think I've actually gotten very good at like not giving a fuck at what anyone else is doing if like it's not what I'm doing.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, I'll give you one example. I'm not gonna put him on blast, but there's one big creator. Like he's fucking big. He like wasn't feeling well, so he like his voice was all fucked up. And he was like showing people how much effort he's putting into the video by like, he posted a clip of him like trying to get the video out or like sound good. It's like, oh, like I'm working, guys. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
I already know your mentality and we've talked about it before. You're on that TDR, baby. You're on that speak softly but carry a big stick.
Yeah, like we don't need to know that, dude. Do you know how many times like I felt like shit and just had to do something? Like that's just part of the real fucking world. Like,
yeah, I definitely, I don't really, me personally, I don't really post when I'm not feeling well unless it keeps me from doing the thing on that like due date.
It would be like as if you're filming like a Nintendo video or a Let's Play video and it was a clip of you doing the intro and then like having a frog in your throat and being like, oh shucks, like, oh man. And then like putting a caption like, see guys, I'm trying for you. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, again though, like I wouldn't do that, but like that doesn't bother me. I'm just kind of in this mentality that like, yo, like we're on our own ships, right? And we're all in this ocean. And me and you were on the yachts, obviously. Like we got 2 yachts, like we're vibing.
I'm on fucking Davy Jones's sunken ship.
Okay, Phil's on a sunken wooden ship. I'm on a yacht. All right, we're just chilling. We're vibing. I don't care what the boat next to me is doing. Now, if I'm in like a little canoe, right, and I'm fucking canoeing, and I look over and I see Jeff Bezos on his fucking absolute continent of a boat, and I go, huh?
You mean Mr. Beast?
Yeah, I go, huh? And I'm rowing. I go, that seems to be working. I want to do that and put my own spin on it. That way I could upgrade from the canoe. That to me, like I look for like the positive shit to cherry pick, but I'm not gonna like, you know, be in my canoe and look over at the guy next to me and be like, man, fuck that guy. I hated that tweet. Unless it affects me in some way, like directly, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I got that tunnel vision, dude.
I don't have like a toxic like I only take out the negative of the shit. It's just I'm just saying things that like irk me. I feel like for me in this metaphor, it's just tasteless to me. I don't know.
You also have like a very and this is just me like playing devil's avocados, but you don't really have a Twitter where you're like updating people on anything. You just like have like a very like it's just like at least your last couple of tweets. It's just like comedy, like poking fun at an email you'll get about an NFT sponsorship. Eat my sack.
No, that's true.
Like
that's true.
It's very where other people treat their Twitter as like a little journal for their followers to read. It's like, yo, I'm doing this right now. We'll do this later. Like little updates. You're just like posting, I don't want to say shit posts, but like, you know what I'm saying?
In
like
a way, yeah.
Yeah, like just like being silly and like mocking things.
Yeah, no, it is a little bit shit posty for sure.
What is even the definition of shit post? I feel like that just comes across like you're posting shit. That's not what I mean. It's like silly.
I think there's levels of irony in shit posting.
It's like memes, memey stuff, Yeah, like
for
YouTube
sure.
the other day posted a sandwich with like a bunch of layers. And it was like, what is the perfect game? And it had like the story, the characters, all these different things on the sandwich. I just tweeted to them, I just want this sandwich. I thought that was hilarious, but like it didn't get that much traction. I was like, damn, I'm surprised. Like sometimes I think for sure something will do well and it won't, but then something else will just for whatever reason catch fire. And I'm like, I should pay more attention to that.
You just never do.
What's your opinion on if content... I feel like I might know your opinion just based on your past and like what you've transitioned to, but let's say you do content A, content B, content C. You got 3 different styles of things that you're doing.
Okay, so fitness fill, commentary fill, and docu fill.
Okay, so I already know what you're gonna say. If content A blows the fuck up on one particular video, whether it's long form, whether it's vertical, short, whether it's a podcast, whatever. Do you then focus all of your attention to A and just ride that wave and just keep doing what's working over and over and over and over? Or do you say, I want to just keep this well balanced and I'll touch that when I feel like I want to touch that?
Well, what's your goal?
For me right now, honestly, just follower growth.
Well, then whatever blows up, you have to squeeze out the milk. You got to milk it.
Milk it like a cow, baby.
Like, for example, my video, the cult of Jared Leto.
Mm-hmm.
A smart thing to do, and I probably will do it. Now that title popped off and people know what to expect in that content, if I find another figure that has a similar story or similar dark themes that I can extrapolate and turn into a video, then I'll probably name it The Cult of, and then with the same thumbnail style. It's the same thing with the fitness flop. It's the same thing with the steroid thing. Same shit. By
the way, that Jared Leto video, I almost feel like if you would have even posted it this week, it would have gotten even more views. Have you seen what's going on Twitter right now? Dude, I don't understand what the hell's going on with Jared Leto.
Again. Yeah,
it has like a second wind. And I'd be curious if you check your analytics. I guarantee there's another spike, or at least it's trending upward. Now the new thing is that there's a Morbius sequel, and apparently like his new phrase is going to be it's Morbin time.
No way.
And there's all these edits where like, well, it's not real. Like people, unless I'm just fucking crazy. From what I understand, it's just people memeing it. And there's like this clip where Venom is like, I am Venom. And then it cuts over to Morbius and he goes, it's Morbin time. And the crowd goes wild in the theater. Like, and people for whatever reason are just, they're so obsessed with this Jared Leto Morbius shit right now.
It's just the meme culture. You can't beat it.
Dude, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
The problem is, I think Jared Leto will... I really do not think he has the wherewithal to understand that it's like a meme. I truly believe that he thinks that people love Morbius.
I don't know how you could think that. I mean, I'm sure there are people that do love it, but the masses definitely did not enjoy that movie.
This guy's God complex, I'm not kidding, is some of the craziest shit you'll ever see.
That's what happens when you're 50 years old and you look like you're 25. You get that.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time, baby. It's just, I still haven't seen Morbius, which that'll tell you everything you need to know about Morbius, because you know me with comic book movies. Like, I'm always there the fucking opening night. I got my popcorn. I got my Diet Coke. I'm ready to
check
fucking
this
rock
out.
and roll.
Ready?
Oh, shit. That goes hard.
The Avengers Cup.
Is that a mug?
It's a mug. It's my go-to. It's honestly my go-to mug just because of the shape of it. It's very cylindrical and tall.
Yeah.
And it's a nice thickness.
Nice.
My sister, I just stole it from her apartment, so.
Dude, I love stealing shit from family members. I'm going to go by my parents' place today when I'm done recording and just see what I can cherry pick from the fridge.
But every time I wake up, I drink it and I say, it's Morbin time.
Yeah. And then you morph into a vampire.
Yeah.
I've seen other tweets too where it's like, name another vampire that's not Dracula. Morbius. And like all their replies just Morbius. Like he's the GOAT. He's the best vampire out there right now, apparently.
It's also just the name, like Morbius, Morb. It's so stupid.
But this is the weird thing. If it was like a new property, I could understand it more, but Morbius is like a pretty well-known comic book character in the Spider-Man universe, but now it's just a Jared Leto meme. And I don't know if like the movie would have had the same. No, I'll say definitively, I do know. If Jared, like, let's say it wasn't Jared Leto as Morbius, I feel like people would have just said, yeah, the movie's not good. It would have died off, move on.
For some reason,
there's this perfect Jared Leto storm where it has a life of its own. And they probably will make a sequel.
Yeah.
The movie didn't like do horribly. I think it actually made a lot of money with all things considered.
It's kind of lucky, honestly.
Craziness.
Like even when something is shit, like collectively looked down upon, they're still gonna kill it because they have that meme culture.
The internet's just wild, dude. No one could have seen this coming. No one could have seen this, Phil. Nobody.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time, baby. Have you seen it yet for research purposes?
No, I haven't.
Shit, yo, you gotta watch that. I think I might sink my teeth into that show that Christopher told us about this evening.
Hold on, let me check up. Because I know a couple Jared Leto videos that may or may not have popped off. Let me see if they have popped off.
What do your analytics look like? Does it look like anything has?
No, my video is kind of stalemated.
Stalemated?
It's at 1.2 mil. Okay, so that one's at 130K. Let's see. Eddie Burback, he went to go see Morbius 5 times.
It's crazy.
It's at 1.5 mil. Yeah, I think it definitely still has some wind in it.
Insane. Morbius, How to Get Bullied by the Internet, Anatomy of a Failure. It's a video by this guy, Filmento. Screen Junkies, honest trailer reviews, Morbius. Oh, that's going to be amazing. Yeah, someone just put out a video 2 days ago. It's Morbin time. Oh my God.
I feel like if I were to just make a follow-up video and just title it, it's Morbin time, it would pop the fuck off.
I would fucking die laughing if you put out a video about it's Morbin time. That'd be incredible. Do it. I support this. I want a cameo.
It would skyrocket me out of the 600Ks.
That'd be crazy.
Tonight I'm hitting 700K.
The video that you're putting out tomorrow, where are you at with that one?
In terms of like creatively, or like when's it coming out?
Like when is it dropping? Well, obviously it has to drop before the end of the month, but like, are you close right now to like getting that finished?
Yeah, I think it's 18 minutes long, and I've edited 13 minutes of the 18 minutes.
All right, there you go. It's good.
I went from 9 minutes. So it's kind of an interesting story. I've shown you this video months back as the prototype for the new Philly style. And you're like, wow, I like this.
Yeah, I remember.
I finally decided to finish that video.
It's time.
So it was halfway done already. Yesterday, I went back in and did the second half of it, recorded it.
Nice.
Edited it. This morning, I'm polishing and doing all the B-roll and sound design and shit.
Very nice. I'm excited to see it pop up in my sub feed.
Nah, I probably won't, because YouTube likes to do this thing where they limit the ads on my videos and then they age restrict it retroactively like 5 days later, right as it's getting steam. So probably won't.
Did they ever get back to you on the last video? Was there any positive news with that or anything?
4 days later, they said, yeah, we're sticking with our decision. It's age restricted because of nudity and suggestive themes. I'm like, there's no nudity, first of all. Second of all, like you can argue this like fucking piece by piece. I can show them 30 videos that have either actual nudity in it or themes that are way more graphic and sexual in nature than, say, mine, but I don't know what to do.
It must just be an automated thing where, like, when you start to get a couple of the yellow ticks instead of the green ticks, they just like look heavier into what you're doing, because I don't understand why you keep getting this happening to you. It's crazy. There's so much absurd shit on YouTube. It's insane.
Like, and the analytics speak for itself, right? So the Terry Richardson video, it started off 10 out of 10, meaning the worst performing out of the last 10. Over 2 days, 48 hours, it climbed to 3 out of 10. Just because, number one, it wasn't being recommended because for whatever reason, like, there's that disconnect between what you want to make and what your audience wants to see and what YouTube thinks you're making. So eventually when people started clicking on the video and the watch time was so long because it's a cohesive, well-made video, it started gaining traction and getting pushed more. When it got hit with the age restriction, it went from 3 out of 10 to now 6 out of 10.
Yeah. It
just fuck?
Chokes it out.
Yep.
Well, hopefully this behemoth, not the next one that's dropping, but the one after that, hopefully that one just goes through the stratosphere. Hopefully they both go through the stratosphere. We'd love to see that.
I'm not kidding. I will break the internet.
It's time.
No,
that's a strong statement right there.
The internet will be broken.
Will it ever be repaired? That's the question. Or is it just going to stay broken forever?
Will be written. That's all I'm going to say.
This could be how you get your verification everywhere if they write a lot of news articles about you.
True.
This is it. Also, last note before we wrap it up. Eminem did put out the expanded edition, and we got a song that was unreleased. And the cool thing about this is that he recorded vocals for it from today's time. So you have new Eminem and old Eminem on the same track, and it's fucking awesome. It's very,
What's
very
it
cool.
called?
It's Brian, Larry, and Mike. Hold on, let me just double check. It's just a bunch of names. Jimmy, Brian, and Mike. Yeah, definitely check it out because it's very, very catchy. It's very, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Sunday Sauce. Thank you for letting us simmer the sauce a little bit longer. We hope you had a lovely Memorial Day, a great long weekend. Comment down below what do you guys want us to discuss in the next episode. We will be back for the meatballs on Wednesday. $4.99 a month gets you exclusive content. We have over a year's worth of exclusive content behind that paywall, so check it out. Phil, any final words?
Say hello to your grandmother for me, and it's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.